barakatuh. Hey Sheikh, how you feeling? Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu feekum. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Just remind her about the hour.
Okay.
Some of them, they know like the 10 to 4. A few of them.
Okay, inshallah.
Remind her.
Yes. Jazakallah khairan. Salam. Pass me the mic H, please. The small one is good. Please. Jazakallah khairan. ممكن لا أدري. Inshallah, can you check it, please? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا وإمامنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ما بعد. Tonight, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's permission, we want to go over a book that we've went over more than once over the years. Alhamdulillah, we've read through it, explained it, made brief, and in some points, extensive commentary on it. It's a 96-page book, a risala, a treatise, which is called Ahkam al-Eidaini fi Sunnat al-Mutahara. Rulings of the two Eids. Rulings of the two Eids. Regulations of the two Eids fi Sunnat al-Mutaharati, according to the authentic Sunnah. بقلم Ali Hassan Ali Abdul Hamid Al-Halabi Al-Athari, authored by the late scholar Ali Hassan Al-Athari rahimahullah ta'ala. May Allah have mercy upon his soul. It's a 96-page book. The book was first printed, or this print is the second print, which is 1993. And it says that the first time it was printed was in 1984, the year in which I was born. We went over this book many times over the years here in this masjid, walillahi alhamd. So we're not going to explain every single thing in detail. We're going to read through the contents, table of contents, and maybe take 2 or 3 different sections from the book. So on page 5, the author, may Allah have mercy on him, he says, Al-Muqaddimah, introduction. Page 9, it says, Mu'allafatun hawla al-Eidaini, books that are available, of course, in Arabic, he's talking about, on the two Eids. Abu Amir, not the verses in the Quran and the tafsir that the scholars explain and make the tafsir of concerning the Eids. Not the hadiths and Bukhari, Muslim, the bigger, large books, the chapter of the Eid prayer, but books that are specifically written just on the Eid, in which scholars wrote compilations, whatever, hadiths, fiqh, just on Eid. All right? And then he says, page 13, Al-Eid, the Eid itself. Meaning, what does it mean? What is it? And why is it called Eid? Chapter, or page 15, Rahmatullahi lil-Ummat al-Muhammadiyyati bil-Eidaini. He says Allah's mercy upon this ummah by giving it 2 Eids. The Eid being a blessing, not a burden, but a blessing, a gift. Page 16, Al-Idhnu bi-Sama' al-Duffi min al-Juwaydiyat. 16 says the permission and the allowance for the duf to be played and heard and enjoyed if it comes from young women, young girls playing it. Not grown women, not men, but Juwaydiyat, young women playing the duf, i.e. concessions for certain things to be made and done on the Eid. and that the spirit of the day of the Eid is supposed to be easier and lighter. What is a duf? Is it a drum covered by a piece of skin or leather? Do you hit it with drumsticks? Is it a half open-ended drum? Tambourine? That's the discussion. And not to get into or opening up a can of worms, but that's not what we're going to do, and that's not what we want to do right now. But the concept of, some scholars say, how can there be a concession made to play the duf and to listen to the duf if it's haram? Why would the Prophet allow it to be done on the Eid if it's haram? But that's a further what? We're not here to talk about music and singing right now. Page number 19, At-Tajammulu fil Eid. Beautifying yourself, looking handsome, looking nice, looking spiffy, looking fly, whatever you want to call it, drip, work, whatever, get, whatever term you what? Dapper, whatever word, whatever generation, or culture, or race, or island, your yard, or the Yankee. You watch yourself, Sheikh. All right. It's fully loaded, all right? Got extra clips. Whatever terminology you use to look nice, to smell nice. And that is a recommended thing to do on the day of the Eid. And of course, we've explained this many years here in this masjid. It doesn't mean that you do something haram. And it's not but so much that a woman can adorn. Obviously, I said this before and I'll say it again. Sad reality is we know that this is going to fall on deaf ears. 9 out of 10 men, women aren't listening. They don't care. Unfortunate reality, but it is reality. But it isn't but so much adornment that a woman can do outside of the house. Period. That's not fair. A man can wear cologne, but a woman can't wear perfume. We don't make the rules. We follow the rules. Men can look nice, this and that, but women is supposed to be plain and simple and basic. We don't make the rules. We follow the rules. And of course, the man isn't like the woman. 2 different beings, 2 different entities. Venus, Mars, whatever you want to say. Pancake, waffle. It's 2 different creations. The nature of the man and the nature of the woman. A woman being beautiful and a man being handsome. 2 different worlds. What's important is one should look nice during the Eid. But looking nice during the Eid does not mean disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you're a man, you're not supposed to be shaving your beard. Shaving your beard is a haram. No doubt about that. And I believe that shaving the beard is a major sin. There's no doubt about that in my heart, in my mind, that it's from the kabair. So you're not supposed to shave your beard before or after Ramadan, period. But for argument's sake, on the day of the Eid, I want to look nice. You're supposed to look nice. It doesn't mean that you disobey Allah. It doesn't mean that you wear some skinny, tight jeans and your behind is hanging out. You can't barely walk. You're like a woman with wearing half-size clothes. All right? And if you're a woman, if you're a sister, looking nice on the Eid does not mean that you're allowed to wear perfume outside of the home. It is impermissible for a Muslim woman to wear perfume outside of the house. If your wife is wearing perfume, you are getting a sin for allowing her to do so. You're a bad husband. If you don't put your foot down and say you cannot do that. Makeup, high heels, tight overgarments, tight fit, this and that is all displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you cannot allow your wife to dress like that in front of a non-mahram. Period. That's the rule. Those are the rules. You fasted all month, you didn't eat, right? After Fajr, before Fajr, you stopped eating. Why? Rules. You broke your fast, you made iftar at night when Maghrib came in. Why? Rules. So it's not for me or you to pick and choose which rules we can and cannot follow. And which rules are, and that's a little strict. But it's not strict here. As many Muslims, they do that. And that's very unfortunate. هذا مؤسف جدا. الواحد يختار يعني أي الأحكام يلتزم. الالتزام بهذه الأحكام هذا في تشدد. لكن يلتزم بأحكام أخرى. الحمد لله أنا مسلم إسلام. ليس هكذا بالتشهي. الواحد يتشهى. إيش التشدد وإيش لا أبدا. It's not for me or you to pick what's harsh and what's soft and agreeable. And if we do, then we're imitating the Jews who picked and chose what they wanted to do and what they wanted to follow. Liberation from Pharaoh via Musa, they did what? They accepted that or not? They accepted it. Musa told them to do what? Leave what? Bani Israel, let them go. So them being liberated from Pharaoh's tyranny was what? Something that Musa brought them, correct or incorrect? Slaughtering the heifer, entering Jerusalem, so on and so forth, making Tawbah, they didn't want to accept that. So the Muslim cannot be like someone who picks and chooses what he wants to follow. If you pick and choose what you want to follow based off of sin and shortcoming, that's a different discussion. I know it's haram to drink alcohol, I know, but I have a weakness. I have a problem with the bottle. That's one thing. Versus, saying that you can't have alcohol, that's the Wahhabi. That's extreme, that's harsh, that's too much. But you stick to the rules concerning fasting, eating, and drinking. That makes no sense. The Quran and the Hadith told you this with regards to your dress code. It's the same Quran and Hadith that told you with regards to Taraweeh and Witr, so on and so forth. Is this not the case? So we can't pick and choose the rules that we want to follow and we consider too hardcore or acceptable. That's a big problem that we have. So on the Eid, you're supposed to look nice. You're supposed to dress up, but not outside of the boundaries of Islam. And I don't know how many times I've repeated that. Moving forward, page 22. Al-Khuruju ila al-Musalla. Going to the Musalla. The Eid should not be prayed indoors. It should be prayed outdoors. If it's too cold, or if it's too hot, or if it's raining, or snowing, or hurricane, or tsunami, or tornado, or this or that, natural disasters, different story. But if the weather is agreeable, the Eid should be prayed outdoors. And if it were up to me, we could pray Eid outdoors even when it's cold. It's not the end of the world. لأن المفروض في الخطبة إن الخطبة إيش؟ قصيرة خفيفة. لا خطبة رنانة نص ساعة ساعة وأنا لا ليس هكذا. الصلاة يكون خفيفة. It's supposed to be brief. How cold is it going to be tomorrow? Too cold to go outside? It's here nor there. The rulings, according to the author, says al-khuruju ila al-musalla. Walking, going out to the musalla and not in the masjid. Moving forward. Page number 24, al-dhahabu wal-iyab ila al-musalla. How do you go and return to and fro the musalla? Walking, riding, same route, same path, different street, different route. Page 26, at-takbiru fil eidain. When do you make the takbirs? Tonight? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Tomorrow morning? And what exactly do you say when you make those takbirs? Chapter number 31, Mata ya'kulu fil eidaini. When should you eat during the two Eids? قبل العيد ولا بعد العيد؟ هل يجوز الصيام يوم عيد الفطر؟ هل يجب الإفطار؟ هل يحرم؟ هل يكره؟ أحكام العيدين. When do you eat during the two Eids? Fitr and Adha. What's the sunnah with regards to eating on those days? Number 34, al-ghuslu qabla al-Eid. Washing before the Eid. Do you have to wash? Is it recommended to wash? Are there hadiths pertaining to washing on the Eid? Hadiths about Jum'ah, غسل الجمعة واجب على كل محتلم من جاء منكم الجمعة فليغتسل. لكن هل ورد في العيدين الأمر بالاغتسال? All right. What is the fiqh on taking a bath, taking a shower when you plan to go to the Eids? And no doubt many of us, we take for granted taking showers and baths. We take for granted. Don't you know? And even to this very day in some countries, some of you may be familiar with it, to this very day, taking a full bath is a luxury. A luxury. There's no running water in this town. Let alone 30-minute shower, hot, steamy, scrubbing, rubber ducky, singing, foam, bubble bath type of thing. It's not like that everywhere in the world. There's no hot water. There's no running water. They blew up the water tank. Huh? They blew it up intentionally. Our beloved leaders, our beloved country in Iraq, before the, what was it, 2002, 2003 invasion? Before that, in the Gulf War, Operation Desert Shield, let alone after 9/11, they intentionally targeted water plants. They intentionally destroyed civilian infrastructure on purpose. We're going to blow up the water source of the Iraqis. The Iraqis who have nothing to do with fighting, nothing to do with terrorism, supposedly, nothing to do with Saddam Hussein, nothing to do with weapons of mass destruction, but the average 9 to 5 Iraqi. We're going to destroy their water source in such a dry, arid country on purpose. عمدا ندمر. إيش هذا يا أخي؟ On purpose. That we don't have the clean water to drink, water to wash up, sanitation, nothing. What's the rationale? What's the justification of this? What did Bush say? The senior, he said, we wish to have leverage against Saddam Hussein after the war. Leverage. I.e., your people are starving, cold, hungry, dying, full of disease. Quit, stop, give up. Sounds similar to something that's going on today? Sounds similar? Let's attack the civilian infrastructure on purpose with bombs. That way we can force them to quit and to give up. But if a Muslim does it, or an Arab does it, or an Iranian or a Russian does it, Putin does it, war crime, war criminal, terrorists. Our beloved country. Hypocrisy to the fullest. So don't scorn. الواحد يحتقر إنه يستحمل كل يوم يغتسل ما شاء الله. Everybody doesn't have water. Everyone doesn't have running water. Be grateful for what you have. Moving forward, page number 36. هل يصلى قبل صلاة العيد أو بعدها? Should a person pray before or after the two Eids? And obviously, if you come into the masjid, do you make the tahiyyat to the masjid or do you sit down? And this is from the problems of making the Eid where? In the masjid. Moving forward, page 37, حكم صلاة العيدين. What's the ruling on the Eid prayer? Fard Ayn, Fard Kifaya, Sunnah Mu'akkadah. Do you have to go? Should you go? Does everyone have to go? Do women have to go? Do old people have to go? Does a menstruating woman have to go? Your young daughter that you're jealous, you don't want no one to see or be around, does she have to go? What's the ruling on Eid? Do I have to take off work? My supervisor didn't give me off. Can I disobey? Can I just not show up? What's the ruling of the Eid? Do you leave school on the day of the Eid? How many schools recognize the Eid? Is the Eid a national holiday? If it is a national holiday, how did it become a national holiday? Who fought for the Eid to be a national holiday? The people in the masjid? Your group, your gang with the beards and thobes? Or the political Muslims that you talk bad about? Who made that happen, Abu Amir? Sheikh Fulan from overseas? Shuyukh from this country, you think they made that happen? We know who made that move. But how do we do the Eids? How does the Eid become a national holiday when we can't agree when it is? America won't work like that. You gotta have it on the calendar when the Eid al-Fitr is. Christmas, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, Hanukkah. Is this not the case? You can't tell them, well, it could be Tuesday or maybe. We don't know yet. It's a problem. And yesterday, everybody made the eclipse prayer. Why did you make the eclipse prayer? Did you just happen to walk outside and see the moon in front of the sun? Yes or no? Did you? Did you see the eclipse and then say, oh, it's time to pray? Or you knew it was what? You knew it was coming. On what day, what time, and what region? You followed the what? No, more than the media. The media bases off of what? Calculation. So calculation is accurate. It's on point. Not Ramadan, no. not the Eid. It's batil. It's an innovation. We can't use it. But the eclipse, we're going to what? It's a little inconsistent, right? And exactly when they said the moon was going to, the eclipse, what happened? طيب, moving forward. Waqtu Salat al-Eid. What time should the Eid be made? Does it have to be in the morning? Page 43, La adhana wa la iqama. There needs to be neither adhan or iqama for the Eids. No call to prayer for the Eid. 44, Sifatu Salat al-Eid. What's the description of the Eid prayer? Kayf yusalla. Yani, how is the prayer to be made? 2 rak'ah, 4 rak'ah. What surahs do you recite? So on and so forth. Page 52, Al-Khutbatu Ba'da As-Salah. The khutbah is to be after the prayer. Do you have to go to the khutbah? He says, Al-Khutbatu wa takhyiru bi huduriha. One has the option of staying and listening or leaving. You don't have to attend the khutbah. Page 57, اجتماع الجمعة والعيد. إذا اجتمعت الجمعة والعيد إيش الحكم؟ يجب عليك حضور الصلاتين ولا أنت مخير؟ يعني تسقط عليك الأولى لكن يلزمك الثانية. What you say? يا شيخ إذا اجتمعت الجمعة والعيدين إيش الحكم؟ الإمام يصلي الاثنين ولكن الناس مخيرون. طيب, you agree with that? Huh? Inshallah. What happens if Jumu'ah happens on the Eid day? You prayed both? Do you have to pray both? What do you do? Eid would suffice for Jumu'ah. Do you have to make Dhuhr? طيب. Move forward. Page 16. التهنئة بالعيد. What do you say? كل عام وأنتم بخير. تقبل الله منا ومنكم صالح الأعمال. What do you say on the day of the Eid? Al-Udhiyah. The second Eid, the bigger Eid, slaughter. أحكام الأضحية. Rulings of Udhiyah. What animals are you allowed to sacrifice? Cow, sheep, goat. Can a Muslim be a vegan? Page 80, Munkaratul Eid. Evils of Eid. Innovations, things, sins that people do on the Eid. Page 90, Hal hadha huwa al-Eid. He asks the question, is this the Eid? Is the Eid supposed to be like this? Page 92, Al-Khatima, conclusion. And page 95 begins the table of contents. Khairan, inshallah. That's a brief summary. And inshallah, this should explain to you, give you an understanding of the most important things to think about and to know about for the Eid. What to do, what not to do. As far as those who want detail, then inshallah ta'ala, they can refer back to the playlists in which we've explained this book and other books talking about the rulings of the Eid بالتفصيل in detail. هذا استعراض سريع لفحص الكتاب. والله تعالى أعلم. We'll stop here. If there are questions from the brothers and the sisters before the masjid gets too loud. Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you. Shukran. There's a class going on. If you don't want to sit in the class, that's fine. Please keep silent. Make dua, or please show respect to the people who are trying to benefit from the class. Are there any questions? Fadal.
So, if a Muslim has a pet cat and it dies, are you allowed to make dua for it or no?
Question is regarding a Muslim having a pet cat that dies. Do you make dua for it? The animal won't go to Jannah or to heaven or hell. So you don't have to make dua for it. والله تعالى أعلم. إذا ماتت لك يعني قطة هل يجوز لك تدعو لها؟ القطة تربيها في المنزل تدعو لها إذا ماتت قط يعني سؤال لسنا نتحكم يعني الناس يسألوا. Any other questions? Questions from online, H? تفضل.
For Eid, the second Eid, the Adl,
أضحى.
can you sacrifice a chicken?
Very important question. What animal can you sacrifice for the second Eid? You aren't allowed to sacrifice anything but a camel, a cow, sheep, or a goat, or any other animal that is very similar to those animals, such as bull, cow, male, female. One may argue a yak, water buffalo, bison. One may even say a llama or wanako, for argument's sake. But nothing small like any type of fowl or bird, anything like that. Wallahu ta'ala, even if it's costly, and even if it feeds many people. That will be a sacrifice that you make to feed the people, to sell, etc. But it won't be udhiyah. Wallahu a'lam. It has to be of cattle. And Allah knows best. طيب, if there's nothing else, then we'll stop. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Thank you. إلا قلت no. Okay. Understood. Understood. No. If it's something that's just like swipe down.
نخرج إلى المصلى ونصلي في المسجد هنا.
قال ان يكون برد. قال بان يكون برد في الصباح. You just hit the X, please. Say done.